and the ni'mats which we can't see. We can see the food, the drink, the money, the clothing, the car, the job, the house, family, wife, children, partner. Ni'mats we can see. And ni'mats which we can't see, ni'mat Islam, ni'mat Iman, ni'mat Ihsan, and ni'mat of Salat, ni'mat of Zikr, Ruhani ni'mats, ni'mat of ilm. Allah has given us this ilm, it's a ni'mat of Allah. So take it as a blessing. Everything with me is Allah's, His blessing. وَمَا بِكُم مِّن نِعْمَةٍ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ. Whatever ni'mat you have is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Surah Al-Rahman, Allah mentions His ni'mat. Ar-Rahman, Allama al-Quran, خلق الإنسان, علمه البيان, الشمس والقمر بحسبان, والنجم والشجر يسجدان, والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان, ألا تطغوا في الميزان, وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان. And then والأرض وضعها للأنام, فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام, والحب ذو العصف والريحان. And then فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. Which of the ni'mats of your Rabb will you then deny? How long you are going to say, this is mine, mine, me, mine. Forget this me and mine. Nothing is yours, everything is Allah's. This is why Allah, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. وَإِذَا مَسَّ الْإِنسَانَ ضُرٌّ دعا ربه منيبا إليه ثم إذا خوله نعمة منه نسي ما كان يدعو إليه من قبل وجعل لله أندادا ليضل عن سبيله قل تمتع بكفرك قليلا إنك من أصحاب النار. فإذا مس الإنسان ضر دعانا ثم إذا خولناه نعمة منا قال إنما أوتيته على علم عندي. What does he say? I have this ni'mat because of my ilm, my hunar, my skill, my degree, my job, my business, my property, my intelligence, my understanding, my wisdom. This is why I am so rich, and this is why I've got so much good job, this is why I've got such a nice family. He doesn't think of Allah, that Allah gave me all this intellect, this mind, this brain, this degree, whatever is Allah. Allah gave me this degree, Allah gave me this job, Allah gave me this business, Allah gave me such a nice family, Allah gave me such nice children. It's all Allah's. So you have to ponder over Allah's ni'mat. If you don't ponder over Allah's ni'mat, you won't do shukr at all. When you think that everything is Allah's ni'mat, that is when you will get the ability of shukr. So in taqwa, the third ingredient of taqwa is أَن يُشْكَرَ فَلَا يُكْفَرْ. Doing this, all the three ingredients, أَن يُطَاعَ فَلَا يُعْصَى. Ita'at, not ma'siyat. أَن يُذْكَرَ فَلَا يُنْسَى. Remembrance, not abandoning and forgetfulness. And shukr, أن يشكر فلا يكفر. Shukr and not kufran. Ibn Mas'ud said this is haqiqat of shukr. One quote is narrated, I read it somewhere, and then it was related to Sayyidina Ali karamallahu wajhahu. That Sayyidina Ali karamallahu wajhahu was asked about what is the haqiqat and reality of taqwa. And Sayyidina Ali karamallahu wajhahu replied, four things. الخوف من الجليل والعمل بالتنزيل والقناعة بالقليل والاستعداد ليوم الرحيل. الخوف من الجليل. Allah's خوف. Fear of Allah. Fear of Allah. خوف of Allah should be in our hearts. وأما من خاف مقام ربه ونهى النفس عن الهوى فإن الجنة هي المأوى. ولمن خاف مقام ربه جنتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. إنما ذلكم الشيطان يخوف أولياءه فلا تخافوهم وخافون إن كنتم مؤمنين. ذلك يخوف الله به عباده يا عباد فاتقون. خوف, fear of Allah. Sometimes Allah uses the word khashiyat. Khashiyat. ذلك لمن خشي ربه. من خشي الرحمن بالغيب وجاء بقلب منيب ادخلوها بسلام ذلك يوم الخلود لهم ما يشاءون فيها ولدينا مزيد إنما يخشى الله من عباده العلماء إن الله عزيز غفور. خوف and khashiyat. Khawf, fear of Allah, khashiyat of Allah. And Salafi Salihin used to have ajeeb khawf and fear of Allah, ajeeb khashiyat. We start from Hazrat Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And he would be fearful of Allah. Any small, slightest thing, and he would be really scared. Al-Mu'minin Aisha radiallahu anha said, "Ma lam yakun ithman, fa idha kana ithman kana ab'ad an-nasi minhu." If something was a sin, he would be the furthest among people to stay away from it. He would run away from it. This is sin. Tawbah. How can I do this? And this is why he is ma'soom. Allah kept him sinless. Allah protected him. Because he had so much khawf and fear of Allah. Imagine when thunder is striking and clouds are approaching, Nabi Pak sallallahu alaihi wasallam's condition would change. He would shake, he would go back and forth, out, aqbala wa adbara wa dakhala wa kharaja. So Hazrat Aisha noticed this. And she said, this would be his condition until rain starts. When rain starts, then he would be relieved. So that Aisha noticed this. I noticed this. Why do you do this? And he replied, Aisha, لعله كما قال قوم عاد فلما رأوه عارضا مستقبل أوديتهم قالوا هذا عارض ممطرنا بل هو ما استعجلتم به ريح فيها عذاب أليم. I get scared. These thick clouds are coming, dark, black clouds, everything has gone dark and like darkness of the night. So it could be like what Qawm Aad said, هذا عارض ممطرنا. This is a cloud, is going to rain upon us. Allah said, بل هو مستعجلتم به. No, there's no rain. It's what you were hastening for. Bring it on, bring the azab. We want to see the azab. That's what you were rushing to, hastening. ريح فيها عذاب أليم is the tornado, wind and thunder and lightning in which there is azab alim, and it rained stones upon them and annihilated, finished off the whole people. فأما عاد فأهلكوا بريح صرصر عاتية سخرها عليهم 7 ليال و8 أيام حصوما فترى القوم فيها صرعى كأنهم أعجاز نخل خاوية فهل ترى لهم من باقية. So Huzur was scared. Imagine, he is Rasulullah. He is Sayyidul Awwaleen wal Akhirin, Rahmatul lil Alameen, Shafi'ul Muznibeen, Imamul Mursaleen, Imamul Muttaqeen, Khatamul Anbiya wal Mursaleen. And he is so much scared and fearful of the wrath and anger of Allah. How much khawf should he have? And this is what made him cry in the dark hours of the night. And his chest would make noise like a boiling kettle. As in the hadith of Shama'il al-Tirmidhi, standing in front of Allah is crying. Have we ever cried while reading Quran for fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? We see him crying. Sahaba used to cry. Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu once passed by in the masjid, and this young man was standing and reciting Quran, and he was crying profusely whilst reading Quran Sharif. Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu Siddiq stopped for a moment, admired him. And then he said, there was a time when we used to cry in a similar manner. Meaning now he is Khalifa, he's got so much tension on his head. So he said, when we were in the beginning, we used to cry like this as well. The hadith of Bukhari of Ibn Daghina states that Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu used to stand outside in the veranda court of his house, and he would read Quran and he would cry profusely. And mushrikeen, women and children passing by, they would just stop there and look at him whilst he's reading the Quran and he's crying profusely. They would just stand there and look at the condition of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu. So Salaf used to cry out of fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then we see the cases of Salaf. Tamim Dari radiallahu anhu, reading one ayat throughout the whole night and crying. In fact, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Sahabi says one night he came upon the ayat, إِن تُعَذِّبْهُمْ فَإِنَّهُمْ عِبَادُكَ وَإِن تَغْفِرْ لَهُمْ فَإِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. And he burst into tears and he spent the whole night repeating this ayat. Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi was praying his tahajjud, Yasin, he came upon the ayat, وَامْتَازُ الْيَوْمَ أَيُّهَا الْمُجْرِمُونَ, and he burst into tears and he spent the whole night reading وَامْتَازُ الْيَوْمَ أَيُّهَا الْمُجْرِمُونَ. If I am told, وَامْتَازُ الْيَوْمَ أَيُّهَا الْمُجْرِمُونَ, oh criminal, stand on one side, what's going to happen to me if I am told, Allah scolds me in this manner? Allah's anger, Allah's gussa, Allah's anger, the way Allah addresses, even that is terrifying. If Allah shows us that anger, we can't withstand the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they used to shake upon thinking about the wrath and the anger and the gussa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why that slave girl, she's a slave girl, she embraced Islam and she was so fascinated by Islam, deep into Islam and Quran, and she was so into Quran. She's a new Muslimah, but she's become a waliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And she stands in prayer at night and reads Quran throughout the night. And then in the morning she does munajat. إلهي لا تعذبني فإني مقر بالذي قد كان مني فكم زلة لي في الخطايا غفرت وأنت ذو فضل ومني يظن الناس بي خيرا وإني لشر الناس إن لم تعف عني. Allah, my Lord, do not punish me, because I admit all the sins and mistakes which I have committed. I have made so many mistakes. You've forgiven me so many times. Please forgive me. People think good about me. Their perception about me is good. And if you don't forgive me and if you don't pardon me, then what's going to happen to me? Their zan and thought about me will be wrong as well. So please let their zan and thought be correct regarding me. Pardon me and have mercy upon me. Now she's a new Muslimah, but imagine the way. Sheikh Zakaria, this person passed by the market and someone was telling this Mali slave girl, take it for 20 dinars or dirhams. So someone asked, why is she so cheap? And she said, she's mad. She doesn't eat, she doesn't drink, and she's always in her own world. I'm fed up with her. So the Sheikh brought her to house, and at night, when night fell, she asked him, who are you? And he said his name and so and so. So, I have been making dua that Allah lets me meet you. My dua has been accepted. And you have purchased me, you have bought me. And then she said, if there is any khidmat for me, allow me, I will do you khidmat. And I said, there's no khidmat for me. Just take some rest. Rather than taking rest, she did wuzu, she spread the musalla and started praying namaz. Salah. And all night she kept praying salah. Slave girl, new Muslimah. At the end of the night, her master woke up as well. He was on the bed. And she was making munadat. And she was saying, oh Allah, please have mercy on me. Oh Allah, due to the love you have for me, I beg you to forgive me. So her master said, you reversed the dua. You should be saying, oh Allah, due to the love I have for you, I beg you to forgive me. Why are you saying due to the love you have for me? How do you know Allah loves you? And she said, oh, how distant you are from Allah, how far away from Allah you are. If Allah did not love me, He would not put me on the musalla and you on the bed. And he realized his mistake. She's right. She's a bandi, she's a slave girl, she's a new Muslimah. But look at her ma'rifat. She's an arifah. She's a waliya of Allah. She's got that ma'rifat and gnosis. She's got that wusul in Allah. She's reached Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the goal of our whole life, our study, and whatever we do, we want to reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We want to gain His ma'rifah. This is the condition of arifin, wasileen, kamilin, zakireen, shaghilin. May Allah make us from among them. Awliyaullah al-mukhlisin. Man awliyaullah? Zuri has asked. Who are Allah's walis? And what was his answer? الَّذِينَ إِذَا رَأَيْتَهُمْ ذَكَرْتَ اللَّهِ. Awliyaullah are those, when you see them, you remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because they are busy in the remembrance of Allah, they remind you of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are Allah's walis and Allah's friends. So, al-khawfu min al-jadid. We should have fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the first ingredient of taqwa. Second, he said, وَالْعَمَلُ بِالتَّنْزِيلِ. Practicing on Quran Sharif. Tanzeel, Quran Sharif. Quran Sharif does not just talk about namaz, roza, zakat, hajj. Quran Sharif talks about everything. Aqaid, ibadat, muamalat, muasharat, akhlaq hasana. Quran teaches everything. This is why Hazrat Aisha was asked about akhlaq of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and what did he say? She said, "Kana khuluqul Quran." His akhlaq was Quran Sharif, because he used to practice exactly on what is in Quran Sharif. So, وَالْعَمَلُ بِالتَّنْزِيلِ. And number 3, وَالْقَنَاعَةُ بِالْقَلِيلِ. Thodi bahut rozi pe qanaat. Little bit from whatever Allah has provided. Alhamdulillah, wa shukrullah. I've got long. You don't crave for more and more and more and more and more. You know, after money is so funny in rich man work. Paisa. No. Allah ne jo diya hai, kafi hai. You know, sometimes I feel the country we live in, this Europe, these Europeans might have more qanaat than us. They work 9 to 5, and if you offer them, you know, lots of money for overtime, I have to go home 5 o'clock, I have to have my tea, but I'm earning is enough for me. Weekend, I don't want to work weekends. Right? They have more qanaat than us. You know, I had one of my friends in Bhutan. He had a takeaway, a Noor takeaway. His name was Noorumi, from Bangladesh. Very nice person. When I needed something, some mehman guests come or something, sometime wives know well, and I needed to buy something from takeaway. You know, once in a while, I would phone him. Noorumi, kuch pakao yaar. I was about to kya khayenge? Bana to nahi hai kuch. So once I went and I was standing there and I asked him, Noorumi kya hai? Everything all right? हाँ वो सब ठीक मैंने कही तुम्हारे बाजू में दूसरी टेकअवे खुल गई another takeaway has opened तुम्हारे बिजनेस को इफेक्ट पड़ा होगा हाँ ये सब इफेक्ट तो पड़ा है my business is affected मैंने कहा तो फिर तुम्हारे पास इतना अच्छा किचन है यार ये सब चूल्हे हैं you know all these pots and things why don't you make you know cook for weddings and shadi and you know make some posters and सब जगह तकसीम करो and increase your business get few more workers and Nurmi said नहीं यार मेरा टेक अवे है 200 पाउंड मिल जाता है हफ्ते का और वर्कर हैं 2-3 उनका खर्चा निकल जाता है ये जकरिया मस्जिद सामने है मैं नमाज के लिए जकरिया मस्जिद चला जाता हूँ ये वर्कर काम करते रहते हैं तालीम हो जमात आई हो तो तालीम में बैठ जाता हूँ जमात तालीम में शिरकत करता हूँ मैं हर महीने 3 दिन जमात में चला जाता हूँ साल का चिल्ला निकाल देता हूँ मेरा 200 पाउंड मिल जाता है ये मेरे लिए काफी है मुझे ज़्यादा पैसा नहीं चाहिए I don't want money. I get 200 pounds a week. My workers' wages comes out. Namaz time, I just leave everything here. Here is Zakaria Masjid. I go in Masjid, I pray my namaz with Jamaat. And if there is Tabligh, Jamaat, Dawah work, I sit in the Talim, listen to the Bayan. The work keeps going on here. Why should I go through all these janjat of increasing in this? What is Allah Pak gives me is enough for me. And iska naam qanaat. This is qanaat. Allah has given me, it's enough for me. I don't want more. You know, this reminds me of something in Barbados, right? The Barbadians, वो भी ऐसे अल्लाह लोग हैं. They are also like this. So one American came there. He saw this man fishing. So he asked him, you know, what do you do with fishing? How many fish you got? I catch a few fishes, 2, 3, 4 fish is enough for me. 2, 3, 4 I just sell in the market. That's it. I relax and I have a nice life. So the American said, why don't we increase our business? I'll make you partner. We get a few trawlers, we get nice, sheep. And then what? And then we go around in the ship fishing, we catch lots of fish. And then what? We have a nice freezer, we stock fish in there. And then what? We export fish from here. And then what? We make lots of money. And then what? And then we relax, have enjoy life. Well, I'm already relaxing myself. Why should I do all that? Why should I go through all that for relax? I'm relaxed as I am. This is وَالْقَنَاعَةُ بِالْقَلِيلِ. Allah has given me enough. Why should I go for more? I don't need more money. Alhamdulillah, I'm alright. Have that mentality of qana'at, contentment of the heart. Contentment, qana'at. And وَالْإِسْتِعْدَادُ لِيَوْمِ الرَّحِيمِ. Being prepared for the day of journey. Journey to akhirat. Safari akhirat. Death. Get ready for death. You don't know when it's going to come. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. You don't know when it's going to come. But you have to be ready. Because the time is fixed. So we don't know when it is. So we have to be ready for it. Anytime it comes, Malakul Maut comes, we are ready. وَالْإِسْتِعْدَادُ لِيَوْمِ الرَّحِيمِ. If you have that ability in you, if you do that, then you are a muttaqi. You should be ready for whenever he comes, whenever death arrives. Now, when we have learned the definition of taqwa, what are the benefits of taqwa? Faidah kya hai taqwa? If you lead a life of taqwa and you become a muttaqi and you do everything Allah wants you to do, you avoid everything Allah has told you to avoid, then what happens? We read Surah Al-Talaq. And in Surah Al-Talaq, the masla is about divorce. Husband, wife, arguments, fights, separation, divorce, ahkam, adab, related to that. يا أيها النبي إذا طلقتم النساء فطلقوهن لعدتهن وأحصوا العدة واتقوا الله ربكم. Again taqwa. لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن إلا أن يأتين بفاحشة مبينة وتلك حدود الله ومن يتعد حدود الله فقد ظلم نفسه لا تدري لعل الله يحدث وظلم نفسه بعد ذلك أمره.
لا تدري لا تدري لا تدري لعل الله.
आगे फिर उसके बाद अल्लाह कहते हैं ومن يتق الله يجعل له مخرجا ويرزقه من حيث لا يحتسب ومن يتوكل على الله فهو حسبه إن الله بالغ أمره قد جعل الله لكل شيء قدرا. And then after some other nasihat ومن يتق الله يجعل له من أمره يسرا. And then ومن يتق الله يكفر عنه سيئاته ويعظم له أجرا. So even in matters of taqwa, matrimonial problems and arguments and differences and whatever is going on between you, if even at that moment you have taqwa, you have fear of Allah. Today people have lost taqwa. There's so many fights, arguments, court cases. She wants to take control of the whole house. When she's not done anything, she's not paid anything towards the house. Her husband owned the house before marriage. It's his parents gifted it to him. But now she says, no, if you're divorcing me, I want the whole house. If not whole house, I want 50%. Now Shariat says, no, you can't do that. She says, I don't care what Shariat says. Astaghfirullah. If you say that, your iman is gone. If you don't care about what Shariat says, your iman is gone. This is what Allah is saying, yattaqillah. Even in matters of taqwa, when yattaqillah. Allah said, number one, فائدة of yattaqillah is يجعل له مخرجا ويرزقه من حيث لا يحتسب. Allah will provide some solution for you. If she has taqwa and she says, what is mine, I will take. What is not mine, I don't want it. I don't want it. It's not mine. Why should I take it? It's haram for me. It's haram. I don't want haram money. Ibn al-Jawzi rahmatullah has mentioned this incident. Ladies are listening to the back. Ladies, forgive me, but this is about do shadiyan. Double wife. Ibn al-Jawzi rahmatullah has written this incident that this tajir businessman, he used to live in one area and his shop was in another neighborhood. Over there, this lady used to come and buy from him. So he liked her, she liked him, and he proposed, she accepted, and he said, "Look, but I'm really scared of my first wife, so I won't be able to spend the night with you. I will see you during the day, but at night I have to go home." She agreed, and this is allowed. If she agrees to that, if she agrees to give her haqq away, it's allowed. So he would see her during the day, and at night he would come back home. Now his first wife somehow, got some hint and sense that something is fishy, something is wrong. Because ladies are very clever; they understand very quickly. So she one day sent the khadima to follow when he went to work from a distance and see, and stay there and check out. So she stayed there, check out, and she said, the rumor is right. And so she said to the khadima, "Don't tell anyone." Okay. So she just behaved normally, as though nothing's happened. She used to do his khidmah because he's there at night. So why? And he's providing for her. Everything is okay, and she didn't want to make a big deal out of it. After some time, the businessman, the merchant, died. His miras was distributed. So in miras, 1/8 is for the wife, and 7 parts are for the children. So when the 1/8 was divided, she made 2 parts from that 1/8. And she sent the khadima that take this to his second wife and tell her, "This is not mine, it's haram for me, it's your miras." See the piety of these ladies. Taqwa, this is their taqwa. So she sent it. The khadima went and told her. And the second wife said, "Yes, I was married to you. But sometime before his death, he divorced me, we were separated, we were divorced. So I don't deserve this money, take it back to the husband." You see the taqwa of the second wife as well. This was the piety of the ladies of the past. Their taqwa of what is not mine is not mine. This is why Allah said, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ. Even if you feel that you're going to go through tough time, what will happen to me? Who's going to look after me? I need this money, I need that house, where am I going to stay? If I don't get money from him, if I don't get support, what will happen to my kids, my children? I need this amount. Allah said, no, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا and وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. Your rizq will come to whatever it is you want, it will come to you. It's not going to go anywhere else. But have taqwa. And this is for the lady, but it's for everyone, for all of us. If we have taqwa, whenever we have some problem, Allah will provide some solution. Because we have taqwa. Muttaqi always finds a solution. Number 2, second benefit, Allah said, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ يُسْرًا. Taqwa will bring ease in your matters. If you are muttaqi, your whole life will become easy for you. Easy. Even if struggles come, problems come, you will go with the flow. It's from Allah. Allah will take care of me. Why should I be worried? I don't need to be worried. Allah is managing my affair. Allah will take care of me. Maybe a little bit of hindrance, struggle here and there, but inshallah, Allah will take me through this as well. This is where the hadith of Ibn Abbas comes. احفظ الله يحفظك احفظ الله تجده تجاهك تعرف إلى الله في الرخاء يعرفك في الشدة إذا سألت فاسأل الله وإذا استعنت فاستعن بالله واعلم أن الأمة لو اجتمعت على أن يضروك بشيء لم يضروك إلا بشيء قد كتبه الله عليك ولو اجتمعت على أن ينفعوك بشيء لم ينفعوك إلا بشيء قد كتبه الله لك رفعت الأقلام وجفت الصحف واعلم أن النصر مع الصبر وأن الفرج مع الكرب وأن مع العسر يسرا. This is وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ يُسْرًا. And then third, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يُكَفِّرْ عَنْهُ سَيِّئَاتِهِ وَيُعْظِمْ لَهُ أَجْرًا. If you have taqwa and you happen to sin, you happen to make a mistake, we all make mistakes. كلكم خطاؤون وخير الخطائين توابون. So even if you sin, Allah said, يكفر عنه سيئاته. Allah will do kafara of your sins. And not only that, ويعظم له أجرا. Taqwa brings azim ajr. Imagine two persons are praying salat together. One is muttaqi, other is ghair muttaqi. The other, the muttaqi's sawab is, much greater and higher than the ghair muttaqi's. This is why they say, an arif who has ma'rifat of Allah, his two rakats of salah are more stronger than 1,000 rakats of a non-arif. एक गैर आरिफ गैर मुत्तकी की 1000 रकात एक तरफ और एक मुत्तकी आरिफ बिल्लाह परहेजगार की 2 रकात एक तरफ, इसका सवाब उसके सवाब से ज्यादा है. So yattaqillah yukaffir anhu sayyi'atihi wa yu'zim lahu ajra. This is the benefit of taqwa. So we have covered, alhamdulillah, hukm of taqwa in Quran Sharif in various ayat. We have covered the definition of taqwa. What is the haqiqat of taqwa? From Sayyidina Ubay ibn Ka'ab, from Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, from Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib karramallahu wajhahu. We have covered the benefits of taqwa. We have covered how our akabir used to have taqwa. Our Hazrat Shaykh Zakariya Nabiullah Muhammad, he has a small book called Akabir Ka Taqwa. It is part of his RBT, but published separately. The taqwa of akabir of Deoban. Amazing stories in there of our akabir. The amount of taqwa they had, the amount of fear of Allah they had. With regards to madrasa, if there is time, 9 o'clock to let's say 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and if they are late 2 minutes, they would write that 2 minutes, I was late 2 minutes. Go early, 2 minutes. Hazrat Maulana Ahmad Ali Lahori, Hazrat Maulana Ahmad Ali Saharanpuri, the Muhashi of Bukhari. It is said that he was in Saharanpur and he had to go to some place for some chanda collection for the madrasa. He went there and there were some of his relatives there as well. So he met the relatives as well. Now when he came back, he was paid, the kiraya, the cost of traveling to that place for collection. So he minus 50% and sent it back to the office. And he said, I personally benefited from that journey by meeting my relatives as well. So 50% of that, cost of travel is from mine, and 50% is from nobody else. Imagine, Hazrat Maulana Yahya Sahib, Hazrat Sheikh's father, he used to stay in madrasa from morning till evening and teach, and he would teach for free. He wouldn't take any remuneration from the madrasa. Now, in winter, he would bring his tiffin or his sandwich or food from home, but in afternoon it's gone cold. So it's very cold. So they used to have that large heater with, for heating water. So he would tell a student to put that food there in front of that boiler for a few minutes so it heats up. Now, then he would little bit, the coldness would go away, he would eat it. But for using that amount of heat, he would send money into the office because he benefited from the heat of that boiler. Imagine the level of taqwa. This is how they were. Among the akabir, one of our akabir, Hazrat Mufti Ilahi Bakhsh Kandalwi, Rahmatullah. Hazrat Shaykh Rahmatullah has written that he used to live in Delhi. But he would not eat achar in the season of the mangoes because he said the bayaw shira, the transactions of the mangoes is done against Shariat. Though I buy it with my own money, but before that, they sell the mangoes qabla buduwi salah. He will learn this masala in Quduri of buduwi salah, but before the ripening of the fruit, you're not allowed to sell it. But people sell it before buduwi salah, which is bay fasid. So he would never eat achar from the market. He said, no, this is against taqwa, against me. So this is a level, a small, minute thing they would think about. Hazrat Maulana Abdul Raheem Mutala Sahab, our Hazrat's elder brother, he had ajib taqwa. And his foresight was amazing. I remember when we were in Canada, we had some dawat someplace, and then we needed to wash hands. So in the toilet there was no slippers, and the toilet was dry. So I just went to the sink, washed my. Now I looked down, there was no water, everything was dry, and I quickly washed my hands. And after that, Hazrat came. So Hazrat was looking for slippers. Said, Hazrat, it's all dry, there's no water here. कहीं पर खुदा न खास्ता कुछ ही गिर गया हो, पाँव खुदा न खास्ता कुछ ही हो जाए, चप्पल लाओ. He didn't enter without slippers. He put the slippers on, and then when he went inside and washed his hands. You know, one of my friends told me that in his madrasa, you know, there was this imam, and he would come for Zohar Salah exactly on time, and he would pray his 4 rakat sunnah after Zohar. So one day, Hazrat Raheem Sahib said to him, "Oh bhai, तुम रोजाना जोहर की सुन्नत नहीं पढ़ते, बाद में पढ़ते हो, इसलिए कल से तुम नमाज मत पढ़ो. From tomorrow you're no longer imam. You don't pray your sunnahs before Zohar. You pray either, though you pray later on, but why do you delay?" Now these Qadi, they know everything, little small things. Our Hazrat Nawallahu Markadahu was right. He had great taqwa. Once I remember Maulana Abdul Rashid Arshad Sahab from Pakistan came. And he said, "I am publishing this book of ash'ar and poetry and art and seerah, and at the bottom I'm going to put, you know, on every page, names and of institutes and ulama. So I want to put Darul Uloom Bari's name on as well. But you have to pay £100 for it." So, from, you know, for the cost, towards the cost. Hazrat said, "Okay." So he was at Hazrat's house. Hazrat has given him food. Hazrat was, you know, hospitable towards him. Hazrat went upstairs, he brought £100, and he gave £100. And he went. Afterwards, Hazrat tells me, "You know, this is for the sake of Darul Uloom. I am allowed to take these £100 from Darul Uloom office, but I'm not going to take it. Because I gave it on my accord. I have not spoken to the office whether I should give it or not. So because I gave it on my accord, I'm not going to take it from the office." This is there, you know, small, minute things about taqwa, which we don't even think of. You know, our mind doesn't go towards these things. But Akabir, our Mashayikh, Ahlullah, they had so much taqwa in them. They would be very careful, you know, throughout their life. Okay, we shouldn't do anything which would go against the command of Allah, which would anger Allah, which would incur and invite the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why they were the great, they were the legends, and they were the followers of our Salafi Salihin. And they are our Salaf. And Salaf is not just a narrow-minded version of the Salaf. No, all 1400 years of ours, all our mashayikh, ulama, sulaha, ahlullah, muhaddithin, mufassirin, fuqaha, mutakallimin, everyone who did work in the field of ilm and salah and taqwa and bringing people closer to Allah, they are all our Salafi Salihin. Not just the first 3 generations and jumping from there to Ibn Taymiyyah, Ibn Qayyim, and then jumping from there to Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab Naldi, and you don't jump from here. Every one of our 1400 years of our history, all our mashayikh, our elders, our akabir are our Salafi Salihin, and we have to learn from their lives and we have to follow in their footsteps. Even, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Surah Al-An'am, after mentioning وَتِلْكَ حُجَّتُنَا آتَيْنَاهَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ عَلَىٰ قَوْمِهِ نَرْفَعُ دَرَجَاتٍ مَّن نَّشَاءُ إِنَّ رَبَّكَ حَكِيمٌ عَلِيمٌ وَوَهَبْنَا لَهُ إِسْحَاقَ وَيَعْقُوبَ كُلًّا هَدَيْنَا وَنُوحًا هَدَيْنَا مِن قَبْلُ وَمِن ذُرِّيَّتِهِ دَاوُودَ وَسُلَيْمَانَ وَأَيُّوبَ وَيُوسُفَ وَمُوسَىٰ وَهَارُونَ وَكَذَٰلِكَ نَجْزِي الْمُحْسِنِينَ وَزَكَرِيَّا وَيَحْيَىٰ وَعِيسَىٰ وَإِلْيَاسَ كُلٌّ مِّنَ الصَّالِحِينَ وَإِسْمَاعِيلَ وَالْيَسْعَ وَيُونُسَ وَلُوطًا وَكُلًّا فَضَّلْنَا عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ وَمِنْ آبَائِهِمْ وَذُرِّيَّاتِهِمْ وَإِخْوَانِهِمْ واجتبيناهم وهديناهم إلى صراط مستقيم ذلك هدى الله يهدي به من يشاء من عباده ولو أشركوا لحبط عنهم ما كانوا يعملون. After mentioning 17 prophets, what did Allah say? أولئك الذين هدى الله فبهداه مقتده. Okay, this is فبهداه مقتده. Huzur is told, follow in their guidance and hidayah. So if Allah's Rasul is told to follow the guidance of his pious predecessors, the Anbiya alayhimus salam, who are we? We need to follow the way and the guidance of all our pious predecessors up to Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And before that, Hazrat Musa, Isa, Ibrahim, Nuh alayhimus salam, whatever Allah mentions about their good akhlaq, good characters in Quran Sharif, they are all our Salaf Salihin up to Hazrat Adam alayhis salam. And we have to follow in their footsteps. So this is taqwa, and when we bring this within us, we will be muttaqi, classed as muttaqi, inshallah. May Allah give me the tawfiq to practice on what we preach. May Allah give me taqwa, give us all this taqwa and piety. May Allah be pleased with us. And we have to make dua for this. Huzur himself made dua. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-huda wal-tuqa wal-afafa wal-ghina. Allahumma inni as'aluka khashyataka fil ghaybi wal-shahada وكلمة الإخلاص في الرضا والغضب. اللهم اجعلني أخشاك كأني أراك أبدا. اللهم اجعل خشيتك أخوف الأشياء عندي. اللهم اجعل حبك أحب الأشياء عندي، واجعل خشيتك أخوف الأشياء عندي، واقطع عني حاجات الدنيا بشوقي إلى لقائك، وإذا أقررت أعين أهل الدنيا من دنياهم فأقرر عيني من عبادتك. So he is asking Allah for khashiyat, he is asking Allah for taqwa. We should also daily ask Allah to give us all taqwa and allow us to lead a life of taqwa. May Allah give us tawfiq. Short dua kar lo, phir isha ka time. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد ان لا اله الا انت نستغفرك ونتوب اليك. اللهم لك الحمد ولك الشكر. اللهم لا نحصي ثناء عليك انت كما اثنيت على نفسك. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي نبي الرحمة كما تحب وترضى عدد ما تحب وترضى كل ما ذكره الذاكرون وكل ما غفل عن ذكره الغافلون. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا وعافنا واعف عنا واسترنا واجبرنا واهدنا وارفعنا إنا لما أنزلت إلينا من خير الفقراء. اللهم اغفر لجميع أمة سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم ارحم أمة سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم تجاوز عن أمة سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم فرج الكرب عن أمة سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم استر واجبر واحفظ واهدي أمة سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم أصلح أحوال أمة سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة الدائمة في الدين والدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا وعملا صالحا ورزقا حلالا طيبا واسعا والشفاء من كل داء. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع وقلب لا يخشع ونفس لا تشبع ودعاء لا يستجاب لها. اللهم أغننا بالعلم وزينا بالحلم وأكرمنا بالتقوى وجملنا بالعافية. اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما. اللهم إنا نسألك خشيتك في الغيب والشهادة وكلمة الإخلاص في الرضا والغضب. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم إنا نسألك رضاك والجنة ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها يا أرحم الراحمين. You are the most merciful. Please have mercy upon us. Please forgive us. Please accept our sitting over. Please accept this retreat of ours. Allah reward all those who have participated in the. Allah reward the organizers. Allah accept their effort. Allah accept Al-Balagh Academy, all the work that Dr. Rafaqat Saab and his team are doing. Accept their efforts. Allah make them fruitful. And Allah spread their views everywhere around the globe and accept their efforts. Reward them in full. Make their task easy for them. Allah accept this gathering. Allah, whatever we have said, Allah set it in our hearts and minds and allow us to lead a life of taqwa and piety and rizqari. Give us your khawf, give us your fear, give us your ma'rifat, give us your nasis, give us tawfiq to remember you, give us tawfiq to do your shukr. Allah, allow us to develop and bring within us akhlaq hasana, fadila of sabr and shukr and rida and tawakkul and zikr and fikr. And Allah protect us from all the evils of the nafs and ego, of takabbur and hasad and riya and hubbi jah and hubbi mal and hirs and greed and bukhl and Allah, all the illnesses of the heart. Allah, protect us from them and cleanse our hearts, purify our hearts. Allah, give us tawfiq to remember you as we should remember you, to remember you often. Allah, Allah, have mercy upon us, accept our humble dua, have mercy upon the whole Muslim world, have mercy upon our brothers and sisters in Palestine, our children, young children, elderly ladies, they are running around all the time. Allah, have mercy upon them, help them, alleviate their sufferings. Allah, provide for them, provide medicine for those who are unwell, provide food and water for those who are hungry and thirsty, provide shelter for those who are homeless. Allah, accept the shahadat of the shuhada, and Allah, cure those who are injured, and Allah, bring, Allah, good halal and good conditions to those whole areas in the Arabian lands, and Allah, protect all Muslims around the world wherever they may be. Allah, remove all the tyranny and oppression and injustice, and bring justice and adl and insaf and equality and meherbani and rahmdili to the whole world. And Allah, protect us, protect our country as well, protect all our countries, protect all these Allah brothers and sisters who have come from wherever they have come from. Allah, protect them, take care of them, fulfill their needs, Allah, and grant them ilm nafi, amal salih, rizq wasi', and husn khatima whenever the time comes. Allah, allow us to lead a life of taqwa and keep us steadfast on your zikr and fikr, on iman and kalima. And when our moments of last breathing, last come, allow us to die with kalma la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah on our lips. Give us husn khatima, and Allah, make our life easy for us, our death easy for us, and life after death easy for us. Give us barakat in death and barakat in life after death. Allah, make our long life in the grave easy for us. Make our standing before you in Maidan Hashar easy for us. Allah, make our hisab kitab easy for us. Give us the shade of your arsh when there is no shade beside your shade. Allah, give us the sweet water of the blessed hands of Hazrat Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam from Hawz Kawthar. Allah, give us his shafa'at. Make our Allah hisab kitab and reckoning easy for us. Help us at Mizani Amal. Give us our certificates in our right hands. Allah, help us to cross the Pul Sirat with speed of lightning and admit us into Jannatul Firdaus along with Hazrat Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Sahaba, Tabi'een, Tabi' Tabi'een, Allah, our Salafi Salihin, and keep us close to Sarkar do Alam sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in this dunya and in Akhirat and in Jannatul Firdaus. Accept our humble du'as, accept our humble efforts, be pleased with us. Give us all the good things which Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam asked from you, and protect us from all those evils, trials, tribulations, problems, fitnas from which he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to seek your protection. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم